And why is it that when we're finally ready, the door slams shut? When you give your all, praying, fasting, believing, and still hear no. When it seems like everyone else is moving forward while you're standing still, it's easy to feel forgotten, overlooked, rejected. But what if it's not rejection? What if God's no is actually a holy redirection, a divine route? What if the thing you thought was falling apart is actually falling into place? Yeah, let's see the deeper truth behind this silent pain. Throughout the Bible, God closed doors on people who were deeply loved and powerfully called. Think of Joseph, sold into slavery, falsely accused, thrown into prison, rejected by people over and over. But in truth, each rejection was a redirection, a step toward the throne of Egypt. Or Moses, rejected by the very people he tried to help, exiled for decades. But that rejection, it led to the burning bush, to destiny, to freedom for an entire nation. Even Jesus, despised, rejected, and crucified, was walking the path of ultimate purpose. Rejection doesn't mean you're unworthy. Sometimes it means you're chosen. So, if you're feeling cast aside, pushed away, forgotten, you're not being rejected, you're being reshaped. But why does it hurt so much? Why does God allow this to happen? Here are 5 shocking reasons why rejection might actually be part of His plan. Number 1, God is protecting you from what you can't see. You wanted that relationship, that job, that opportunity. But what if the thing you wanted would have hurt you in ways you couldn't imagine? God sees the whole road ahead. He knows the heartbreak, the trap, the pain, and in His mercy, He says no even when it breaks your heart, because His protection often feels like rejection. Number 2, God is preparing you for something greater. Sometimes the reason it didn't work out is because you're not ready yet. He's building your character, deepening your faith, teaching you patience, trust, and spiritual maturity. If He gave it to you, now it might crush you. So instead, He prepares you privately, quietly, patiently. Why? Number 3, God is stripping away what you thought you needed. We all carry attachments, plans, people, comfort zones, and sometimes God has to tear those things away, not to harm us, but to empty our hands so we're ready to receive what He wants to place there. It's not easy, but it's necessary. He's not punishing you. He's freeing you. Number 4, God is growing your faith in the silence. Rejection often brings silence. No answers, no signs, just waiting. And that's where many lose heart. But the silence is sacred because it teaches you to walk by faith, not by sight. It's in the silence that you learn God isn't a feeling. He's not a yes or no. He's faithful even when you don't understand. Number 5, God is setting you apart. Sometimes you're rejected not because you're unworthy, but because you're too valuable to fit in with where you were trying to go. God has a higher plan for you, and that means pulling you away from what's average, what's familiar, what's easy. Rejection in this case is divine elevation in disguise. And here's the truth. What feels like rejection today will look like protection tomorrow. What broke your heart will one day make sense. Because God never wastes pain, never closes a door without purpose, and never redirects without a destination in mind. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're not less than. You're being set apart, strengthened, and redirected to something greater. The question is, will you let go of what hurt you so you can step into what He's preparing? If you've ever struggled to stay consistent in your Bible study or felt overwhelmed by where to begin, you're not alone. I created a 66-page printable Bible study guide that helped me stay consistent, focused, and rooted in God's Word.